Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Friday. We got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Working our way to 20.4K subs, guys, so keep up the good work there. Check out all my betting links in the description below. Really great promos with DraftKings. Bet 5, get 200 in bonus bets. It's moved up from 150 to 200, so take advantage of that. And they've got no sweat entries for the NBA, the playoffs this weekend. Take advantage of that, guys. It's a great opportunity to get some crazy parlays going. And yeah, we'll hop in it. A lot of good matchups today on the board. Heading into a good weekend full of a lot of good sports. We got playoffs, NBA, hockey, big MLB slates. 15 matchups today, starting with the Miami Marlins versus the Chicago Cubs. Cubs opening up as home favorites at -180. The Marlins plus 140 with the over-under at 9.5. Marlins coming into this matchup 4-15. The Cubs 11-7. Pitching for the Marlins is A.J. Puck with an ERA of 5.91. Pitching for the Cubs is Jamison Tylon with an ERA of 0. Puck, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 1 run, had 2 strikeouts. Looks like Tylon's getting his first start today. That game was supposed to be played yesterday because I remember covering this yesterday. Miami coming off a Giants loss. Cubs coming off a Arizona win. Miami, surprisingly, they are 4-2 against the Cubs. They've been okay head-to-head, but this is a different Miami team this year. They just aren't playing well. A lot of injuries to Miami right now. The Cubs currently 8-1 at home. The under has hit in 6 of their last 7 at home against Miami. Maybe the under could be a play today. Tylon, getting his first start of the season here, was pretty solid all year long. I'm not too worried about him. And Cubs are playing well. I think I'll take the Cubs at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Boston Red Sox versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pittsburgh opening up as home favorites at -120. Boston plus 100 with the over-under at 8.5. Boston coming into this matchup 10-10. The Pirates 11-8. Pitching for Boston is Brayan Bello with an ERA of 3.92. Pitching for the Pirates is Quinn Priester with an ERA of 0. Bello, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Priester, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Boston coming off a Cleveland loss. Pittsburgh coming off a tough Mets series, getting swept, losing those 3 matchups. Did not play well in that series at all. Boston is just 1-4 against Pittsburgh. Haven't been the best head-to-head. Hit 7-3 at home against Boston, where they've actually been pretty good. Priester, getting his first start of the season here. Bello's been decent on the mound for Boston. Tough stretch for Pittsburgh here. They've been good against Boston. I'm really not in love with this matchup here. I think it's a winnable game for Boston. Don't know how Priester's going to look. Bello's been decent on the mound. I think I'm going to take a shot with Boston plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Chicago White Sox versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies opening up as home favorites at -175. The White Sox plus 140 with the over-under at 7.5. The White Sox coming into this matchup 3-15. The Phillies 11-8. Pitching for the White Sox is Garrett Crochet with an ERA of 3.57. Pitching for the Phillies is Spencer Turnbull with an ERA of 1.80. Crochet, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 10 strikeouts. Turnbull, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. The White Sox coming off a Royals win, ending their 6-game losing streak they were on. Philly coming off the nice 3-game series sweep against the Rockies. Played very well in that series. The White Sox are 5-11 against the Phillies, 3-8 on the road against the Phillies, where they've been pretty bad here. The under's hitting Phillies 4 of their last 6 against the White Sox, so maybe the under could be a play today. Yeah, Crochet coming off a 5-run game. Turnbull been solid, had that 3-run game, but prior 2 games not giving up a run in back-to-back games here. And yeah, I think we're going to roll with the Phillies at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Angels versus the Cincinnati Reds. Reds opening up as home favorites at -125. The Angels +105 with the over-under at 9. Angels coming into this matchup 9-10. The Reds 9-9. Pitching for the Angels is Tyler Anderson with an ERA of 1.47. Pitching for the Reds is Nick Lodolo with an ERA of 0. Anderson, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Lodolo, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 10 strikeouts. Looked very good in his debut for the Reds here. Angels coming off a Tampa Bay loss. The Reds coming off a 3-game series, getting swept against the Mariners. So tough 3-game stretch for Cincinnati. The Angels 0-5 against the Reds. So they haven't been good head-to-head here. The over's hit in 5 of the last 6 at home against the Angels. So maybe the over could be a play. I really like Lodolo on the mound. Looked very good in his debut here. And I think I'm going to take the Reds at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Houston Astros versus the Washington Nationals. Houston opening up as road favorites at -160. Washington +130 with the over-under at 8. Houston coming into this matchup 6-14. Washington 8-10. Pitching for the Astros is Justin Verlander with an ERA of 0. Pitching for the Nationals is Mackenzie Gore with an ERA of 2.81. Looks like Verlander is getting his first start of the season for the Astros here. Been solid last year. We'll see how he looks to start this season. Gore, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 11 strikeouts. Houston coming off that 3-game sweep against Atlanta. They just have been playing very poorly to start the season. Washington coming off a Dodgers win. They won 2 out of the last 3 against the Dodgers. So, they're coming off a nice Dodgers series. Houston, they're 4-2 against Washington. They've been good against the Nationals here. Just 2-5 on the road where they've played poorly. The unders hit in Washington's 4 of their last 5 at home. I'm just not sold on the Astros. Gore coming off a good start on the mound here. I'm just not sold on them. I want to take a shot with Washington +1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Tampa Bay Rays versus the New York Yankees. Yankees opening up as home favorites at -180. The Rays +145 with the over-under at 8.5. Rays coming into this matchup 11-9. The Yankees 13-6. Pitching for the Rays is Tyler Alexander with an ERA of 6.46. Pitching for the Yankees is Clark Schmidt with an ERA of 3.68. Alexander, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Schmidt, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 7 strikeouts. Tampa Bay coming off an Angels win. Yankees coming off a Toronto win. Tampa Bay, they are 5-2 against the Yankees. They've been good head-to-head against the Yankees. The overs hit in Tampa Bay 7 of their last 9 on the road against the Yankees, so maybe the over is a good play today. They've been good against the Yankees, but I like Schmidt on the mound. Alexander, gave up 4 runs in his debut. Not the best. And Schmidt's been solid here. I'm liking the Yankees here, and I'm going to roll with New York at home. Next matchup, we got the Oakland Athletics versus the Cleveland Guardians. Cleveland opening up as home favorites at -180. Oakland +145 with the over-under at 8.5. Oakland coming into this matchup 8-11. The Guardians 13-6. Pitching for Oakland is Joe Boyle with an ERA of 5.68. Pitching for the Guardians is Tristan McKenzie with an ERA of 6.23. Boyle, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. McKenzie, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 1 strikeout. Oakland coming off a St. Louis win. Cleveland coming off a Boston win. They're 4-1 in their last 5. They're playing very well right now. Oakland just 1-7 against Cleveland. 1-6 on the road against Cleveland, where they've really struggled here. The overs hitting Cleveland's 12 of their last 18 against Oakland, so maybe the over's a good play. McKenzie coming off a rough start on the mound against the Yankees, giving up 5 runs here. Boyle's looked good in his last 2 starts here, but yeah, they've just been very bad against Cleveland. I think it's a good spot for Cleveland here. I think McKenzie has a much better game against the A's, and I think I'm going to take the Guardians at home. Next matchup, we got the Texas Rangers versus the Atlanta Braves. Braves opening up as home favorites at -200. The Rangers +165 with the over-under at 9.5. Rangers coming into this matchup 11-9. The Braves 12-5. Pitching for the Rangers is Nathan Eovaldi with an ERA of 2.92. Pitching for the Braves is Chris Sale with an ERA of 4.58. Eovaldi, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Sale, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 7 strikeouts. So both pitchers coming off 5-run games here. Rangers on a 2-game winning streak, coming off back-to-back Detroit wins. Atlanta on a 4-game winning streak, coming off a series sweep against the Astros. Winning those 3 games, they played very well there. The Rangers, they are 11-5 against Atlanta, 4-2 on the road against Atlanta, where they've been very good. The overs hit in Atlanta's 5 of the last 6 against the Rangers here. Pretty even pitching matchup. Both pitchers giving up some runs, so maybe an over is a strong play today. I'm liking the big plus money with the Rangers. It's definitely a winnable game for them on the road here. And I think I'm going to take a shot with the Rangers +1.5 here. Next matchup, we got the Baltimore Orioles versus the Kansas City Royals. Baltimore opening up as road favorites at -140. The Royals +120 with the over-under at 9. Baltimore coming into this matchup 12-6. The Royals 12-7. Pitching for Baltimore is Dean Kramer with an ERA of 4.96. Pitching for the Royals is Alec Marsh with an ERA of 4.32. Kramer, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Marsh, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Baltimore on a 4-game winning streak, coming off a Minnesota win, coming off a 3-game Minnesota sweep as well. Royals coming off a White Sox loss. Baltimore is 6-1 against the Royals. The overs hit in 4 of their last 5 on the road against the Royals here, so maybe the over could be a play today. The Royals currently 8-0 at home. They're playing great. Orioles coming into this really good. Kramer coming off that 6-run game. Marsh hasn't been the best on the mound, giving up 4 and 3 runs here, but I think they're good dogs at home. They've been playing great at home here. And Royals, I think I'm going to take a shot with Kansas City +1.5 at home. Next matchup, we got the Detroit Tigers versus the Minnesota Twins. Twins opening up as home favorites at -160. Detroit +130 with the over-under at 7.5. Detroit coming into this matchup 10-9. Minnesota 6-11. Pitching for Detroit is Jack Flaherty with an ERA of 4.91. Pitching for the Twins is Joe Ryan with an ERA of 2.60. Flaherty, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Ryan, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 12 strikeouts. Detroit on a 2-game losing streak, coming off back-to-back Rangers losses. Minnesota on a tough little 4-game losing streak. They did just play Detroit. They had a 4-game series 2 series ago. Both teams splitting 2 games. So, yeah, Detroit is 6-3 against Minnesota. 7-2 on the road, where they've been playing very well here. And yeah, tough stretch for Minnesota. I think Detroit's a good dog today. I'll take a shot with Detroit plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Milwaukee Brewers versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Brewers opening up as road favorites at minus 120. The Cardinals plus 100 with the over-under at 7.5. Brewers coming into this matchup 11-6. The Cardinals 9-10. Pitching for the Brewers is D.L. Hall with an ERA of 7.11. Pitching for the Cardinals is Kyle Gibson with an ERA of 6.16. Hall, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Gibson, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 2 strikeouts. The Brewers coming off a Padres win. St. Louis coming off an Oakland loss. The Brewers are 5-1 against St. Louis. The under's hit in Milwaukee's 4 of their last 6 on the road against St. Louis, so maybe the under could be a play. Both pitchers giving up runs here. So I know the under's been hitting, but maybe the over is a good play today, despite the series being under, with both pitchers giving up 4 and 5 runs in their last starts. I like the Brewers, though. They've been good head-to-head. Brewers are playing well. Had a tough little Padre series, but I like the way the Brewers have been playing, and I think I'm going to take a shot with the Brewers on the road here. Next matchup, we got the Seattle Mariners versus the Colorado Rockies. Seattle opening up as road favorites at minus 135. The Rockies plus 115 with the over-under at 10.5. Seattle coming into this matchup 9-10. The Rockies 4-15. Pitching for Seattle is Emerson Hancock with an ERA of 7.98. Pitching for the Rockies is Dakota Hudson with an ERA of 4.15. Hancock, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Hudson, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Seattle on a 3-game winning streak, coming off a red sweep. Looked very good in that series. The Rockies, they're on a 5-game losing streak, coming off getting swept by the Phillies. Seattle is 4-1 against Colorado, so they've been good head-to-head. The under's hit in Colorado 6 of their last 7 against Seattle, so maybe the under could be a play. But yeah, I like Seattle here, coming off a nice sweep against the Reds here, and I think Hancock can have a much better game on the mound. He had that 8-run game 2 games ago, but followed up with 2 runs. So I think if he can limit the runs, I think Seattle will be all right here, and I'll take the Mariners on the road. Next matchup, we got the Toronto Blue Jays versus the San Diego Padres. Padres opening up as home favorites at minus 120. Toronto plus 110 with the over-under at 8. Pitching for Toronto is Yariel Rodriguez with an ERA of 2.45. Pitching for the Padres is Matt Waldron with an ERA of 3.14. Rodriguez, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Waldron, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. Toronto coming off a Yankees loss. Padres coming off a Brewers loss. Toronto, they are just 2-5 against the Padres. Haven't been the best head-to-head, but the over's hit in Toronto's 4 of their last 6 on the road against the Padres, so maybe the over's a good play today. Pretty even pitching matchup. Both pitchers coming off 1-run games. I'm liking the Blue Jays. Haven't been the best head-to-head, but I think this is definitely a winnable series for them. They played well against the Yankees in that last series, despite their last loss. But, yeah, even pitching matchup. I'll take a shot with the Blue Jays plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the New York Mets versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at minus 200. The Mets plus 170 with the over-under at 8.5. Mets coming into this matchup 10-8. The Dodgers 12-9. Pitching for the Mets is Sean Manaea with an ERA of 4.30. Pitching for the Dodgers is Yoshinobu Yamamoto with an ERA of 4.50. Manea, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Yamamoto, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 6 strikeouts. The Mets on a 4-game winning streak, coming off a nice Pirates sweep. Dodgers, they've been struggling here, losing 2 out of the 3 to Washington. Didn't look good in the Padres series. They have not been playing well, I'd say, the last 2 weeks. So they have not played well. The Mets, 4-1 on the road against the Dodgers, where they've been very good. The unders hit in Dodgers 5 of the last 5 games against the Mets. Remember, the unders are good play today. Manea coming off a 6-run game, but his 2 games prior, he only gave up 1 run, so it's just a rough game on the mound. I think he can definitely have a better game today. Yeah, the Dodgers, man. They've been such a parlay killer and a letdown. They've been big favorites, and man, such a talented roster, and they've been very disappointing so far this season. I think I'm going to have to take a shot with the Mets plus 1.5 on the road. In the last matchup, we got the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the San Francisco Giants. Giants opening up as home favorites at minus 130. Arizona plus 115 with the over-under at 7.5. Arizona coming into this matchup 9-11. The Giants also 9-11. Pitching for Arizona is Jordan Montgomery with an ERA of 0. Pitching for the Giants is Blake Snell with an ERA of 12.86. Montgomery, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 0 strikeouts. Snell, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Arizona on a 2-game losing streak, coming off a Giants loss. Yeah, it did not look good yesterday against the Giants here. Nice win for the Giants. The unders hit in Arizona's each of their last 6 games on the road against the Giants here, so maybe the under could be a play. But nice one for the Giants. Usually we see a team bounce back after not getting any runs. We usually see a good rebound happen. Montgomery getting his first start of the season for Arizona here. Blake Snell giving up 7 runs in his last start. 2 very bad starts, I'd say, to start the season for Snell. Giving up 10 total runs in 2 starts and only 7 innings pitched. I think Arizona bounces back today. I'll take Arizona plus 1.5 on the road. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Friday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Saturday. Have a good one.